The reason I'm showing you this video is because the first time you go out there to butcher your animal, I don't want you to think that you're going to be able to go into it without emotion. Even though I haven't petted this animal a lot, he's still alive, he's still beautiful, and I don't want him to suffer. But as satisfying as a beautiful dramaless kill is, even with the dramaless kill, you're looking at a beautiful animal that's now dead. So I'm trying to show the honesty of the emotion that I feel when I kill one of my animals. I always cry. And I always wish that we were in a world where death wasn't a reality. And that, in my instance though, I can't eat grains. I have to eat meat. And so I kill my animals, and I'm sad about it. I think I would feel different about it if I had a way that was 100% every time, bam, done. Our friends come over and help us with a great big butcher day, but having him up there, like I said, it's just agonizing to think about him up here and wonder if he's being taken care of the way he needs to be, because his food dissolves because the rain gets into his cage. So we'll see if I can do this or not. I hate it. This is the better cage in the summer because it keeps them cooler. So this is probably where I'll build a better cage. The cage itself is good, but the frame that is holding the tarp is not so good. I don't want to do this. You wait until his ears come forward, it means he's relaxed. I don't hate the rabbits. I hate doing this. It is really hard to get that vein cut. So there's real life, folks. Or real death, however you want to look at it. The reality is I have tried different ways of butchering my animals, trying really hard to find the way that is least likely to cause them to suffer. And I'm not sure that I'll put this whole video up because for one thing, I don't want to show that sometimes it's hard to get it right and it's not quick. Every time I've had to butcher a rabbit, that's how hard it's been. I've tried to use the broom handles. I've seen some people that just break their necks over their knee, and then while they're still alive, they hang them up on a nail on the wall, and they were still alive when they stuck their leg on the nail. I don't know how much better what I'm doing is, because it was obvious that it took somewhere on the neighborhood of clubbing this animal to get him to die. If I had a shorter steel pipe, it would work better. I don't have one, so I use the back of an axe. For me, to handle the rabbit that way and hit it on the back of the head is easier than trying to get it out of its cage and get it into a different position. I have had rabbits before that when I tried to kill them by breaking their neck with a broom handle, the broom broke, and then I had an animal that had been harmed. And I've had my husband do it where he shot him in the head with a .22, and that seemed to be the best way to do it. It does stress them out more if you have to get them out of the cage, so I find this stressful for the animal. This boy, he is super, super heavy. Isn't he beautiful though? Because I know what's coming from my animals, I have a hard time petting them in real life because I don't want to have to kill them when they totally trust me. The hard part about the rabbits is that the wool will stick to their neck and stick to your knife, and the wool is really hard to get off and away from their neck enough that you can cut their jugular so they can bleed. And I have a friend that the way that he kills his is that he uses like a 10-22 and gets the rabbit to turn around and then shoots him in the back of the head. Lately I have seen shooting not be 100%. Our last lamb that we killed, even though our butcher hit him in the head, it didn't hit him in the right spot. So it was another 7 minutes of chasing him around the field with blood coming down his head. That being said, most of them he's got dead on the first time. And you can see, as I'm holding him here, his bladder just released, and right after I killed him with the axe, his bowels released. So he was pooping. So right now he is releasing his urine. And I wish he had bled out more. If their heart isn't pumping anymore, they're not going to bleed out as well and as thoroughly. They won't cool down as quickly. It's pretty cold today. It's probably in the high 40s, low 50s. I'm kind of glad that he's peeing right now because a lot of times you'll have him on the butcher table and you'll be trying to get the fur off, the pelt off, and trying to butcher him, and they're just peeing all over the place, and so it gets on the meat. So gonna let him finish doing that, get all that worked out, and I think he's done. Isn't he beautiful? I'm gonna save his pelt. It was obvious when I finally got him hard enough on the back of the head. One of the things you want to watch for is you don't want to see recognition in their eyes with birds or with rabbits or anything. You know they're dead because their eyes are obviously not seeing anything anymore. So when I looked at him, when I put him down on the ground and looked at him, and I saw that he was looking back at me, he was stunned, but he was coming back around. So that meant I did not hit him hard enough. And what you want is you want to hit them after their ears come forward. You want to hang them for a bit, let them relax, and when their ears come forward, it shows they're relaxed, and that way you can get a good hit on the skull rather than just having a glancing blow off their ears. Isn't he beautiful? My little friend that shoots things with the .22, he has a really great way of preserving, and I need to make sure to wash and resharpen this knife. My little friend that shoots them with the gun, instead of breaking their neck or hitting them on the back of the head, he does his rabbit hides by soaking them in salt water. Then he takes them out and he puts them on a board so they're flat, and then he sprinkles a little bit of salt on them that way and lets them dry. And then when he's done, he goes and rubs olive oil and stuff into them to make his pelts. And it was really soft. It was phenomenal. It was a small skin. This boy is going to be really big. It's easier to butcher young rabbits than large rabbits because their skin comes off easier. So I will go in and I will get him all butchered up, all cut up, and put in the freezer. And I always like to leave them for at least a week because they go through rigor mortis and then they loosen, and then they go tight and then they loosen. And if you eat them the same day that you butcher them, they're really tough. Any animal is that way. So one less thing to do. But isn't he beautiful? I don't know how well you can see him, but he's so heavy. He's probably 15 pounds.